What's going on, guys? Here with my buddy Rodion. Is that how you say your name, Rodion?
Yeah,
Rodion?
that's exactly right,
All
Rodion.
right. Rodion. So let's talk a little bit about who you are and what you do. What are we doing here? What is this? What's in the bag?
So this bag contains a DJI Mavic 2 Zoom. It's one of the latest and greatest drones. And what I do is I fly drones, and I've been flying drones for 10 years plus, but I've recently started a drone business where I'll be doing lessons and consulting all in the drone space, and we're here today to check out some of the cool flying characteristics of this drone.
So just to be a little bit critical of this, why the fuck would anybody pay you to teach them how to fly a drone?
Sure. So this drone in my hand right here costs about $1,300 from the store, and for a lesson with me, you'd only have to pay $80 for a full hour, and you'd get full experience. You'd get to know all the rules and regulations of drone flying. You get to actually fly the drone yourself, get a video, and before you invest over $1,000 in a drone, it's a good thing to get to try it out for yourself and see if it's for you.
So Rodion, you said before that there were rules and regulations. So to me, that might actually be a good selling point as for why somebody would actually pay you to teach them how to do this. So number one, before even asking what types of rules and regulations before, how much trouble can you really get into if you fuck up with the drone? So if there are rules and regulations, I'm guessing you can't take it up too high or too low, stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly right. There are rules on how high you could take it, how far away you could take it, where you could fly it, and if you do everything smart and if you're not reckless, you most likely won't get into trouble. But where you get into trouble is if you have injury to either property or a person. So if you crash into a person, God forbid, or you crash into a car and cause an accident, God forbid, that causes thousands of dollars worth of damage, you'll be responsible for that. You could be, held liable for that, and you could also potentially be subject to criminal fines and penalties. So that's one thing that I know inside out. I know the rules and regs. I know what you can and can't do, and I just know best practices, and that's what I advise people on.
Okay, so what you're saying is you're not really gonna get into like legal trouble or whatever if you fly your drone 5 feet too high, but if you damage somebody's property with it, just like anything else, then yes, you will get into trouble.
Exactly right. Or if you, God forbid, interfere with manned aircraft, with small helicopters, with small planes, with even commercial planes. If there's been reported sightings of it, it hasn't happened yet, and everyone kind of expects the worst, but that's how you get in trouble. You're not supposed to fly anywhere near airports within 6 miles of an airport. You need special clearance to fly, and you need to contact air traffic control and coordinate with them if you're ever going to fly within 6 miles of an airport.
Really?
Yeah.
So are there designated areas where you can use your drone in New York City? Like, say for example, I bought a drone and I had like, a decent sized backyard. Can I fly the drone in my backyard without somebody giving me shit? Or are they people, like, what would happen?
Most likely, as long as, like I said, you're not reckless, you're not endangering anybody's person or property, you'll be fine. There could be some neighbors that consider it a nuisance and consider it like an invasion of privacy potentially, but they don't really have a case against you. The park that we're in right now, Calvert Vaux Park in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn, is a designated area in New York City where you are allowed to fly, and they actually have a designated field for flying, so it's one of the best places to fly. I always fly here, and there are a few other places in the city that are designated fly zones, but if you're in a big open space and you're in a park and you're not within 6 miles of an airport, I'd say usually you should be in the clear.
All right, so what are some use cases where somebody would truly benefit from paying you? Like, I know people use drones for work sometimes, maybe in the film business or other things. Like, have you had customers yet? You could be transparent.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like I said, this business literally just started this summer, and I've been working on marketing it and working on arranging some things. Right now, I have a pipeline where I'm working with a community organization to do like a group event for them and a group lesson for them. And I'm also in talks with camp to organize a pretty much experience for the campers, which I think is a differentiating experience, to show them how to fly the drone and, you know, teach them all the rules and laws around it.
So within this drone, so guys, just so you're aware, obviously we're gonna unbox the package soon, and you know we'll you know give you guys some good footage of the drone. Does the drone have a camera on top of it in itself, so that, like, you know, I can use the footage in this podcast and people can see what it looks like?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna send the footage to you. I have a micro SD card in the drone that's gonna record HD video, and I'll send that to you, and you know we can splice together some nice footage for sure.
Right. Not that nobody's ever seen drone footage before. You can go on fucking YouTube and find it yourself, like whatever. But it is nice to see the type of camera quality that this drone might offer. So you said it's $80 an hour. Do you have specific packages that you give out for like 1 to 6 lessons or something like that?
So far I've just experienced that most people are interested in like a one-time thing, because you know, after a few times you might as well almost buy your own drone if you're going to be doing continuous lessons. So it's just an introductory lesson, and you know, if you want to do more than one, you could certainly arrange that with me, but it starts at just $80 for an hour for now. So
of more of a business angle, so to speak, since this is a new business, how have you been marketing yourself? Have you, I know that, so for anybody that's messed around with internet entrepreneurship, things like owning dropshipping businesses or e-commerce businesses, or messing around with Facebook ads or Instagram ads to funnel customers to your business, have you tried any of that, or is this all just plain old word of mouth so far?
No, definitely I've tried it. I have a Facebook page called Drone Consulting Services, to put a little plug in there, and I use Facebook ads with targeted ads for the New York City area and for people that are interested in aviation, interested in drones, and I've been marketing it that way. I've gotten a lot of impressions, but it's early days and I still haven't booked a lesson through that venue in particular just yet.
Have you gotten any clicks?
But I've gotten clicks. I've gotten about 100 clicks so far on the offer that I'm offering.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what did you say? 100?
100 clicks, yeah.
Just wanted to double check. I'm sorry, I zoned out on my own podcast for a split second. 100 clicks isn't bad at all. And how long has this ad been going?
About 10 days so far.
Do you mind if I ask how much you put into it?
And I only put in 30 because I'm not really sure, you know, how much
it's hard to gauge.
It's really hard to gauge.
Yeah.
I started out very low, and I think I'm going to work my way up. I just started another ad for another 30, but I'll probably end up spending, you know, hundreds of dollars in total.
I mean, it takes a little while before you'll start to see a return. It's a long-term investment. So if they click on a Facebook ad and wherever you might put these ads, where would they go? They would get sent to your Facebook page? Do you have a website? What did you do with that?
Yeah, I primarily use the Facebook page for Drone Consulting Services.
Right. And
the ad itself links them to send a message directly to me to book an appointment and book a lesson. So that's kind of like the action point for the Facebook ads that I have.
As a web designer and developer for quite some time, I can tell any of you guys, if you have a very basic service like this and you do want to make a website, honestly speaking, you're probably better off or best off just going to Wix and taking out a very cheap domain. They have very nice templates now and going for it. I'm not trying to source myself out of a job or anything like that. I mean, I work full time, so I'm not really doing that at all. But it's more so like, it's more beneficial to everybody's time just to do something simple like that. Once you get higher scale, and if you have like a legit store and like a catalog of things, that's when you might call somebody like me. But until then, you really only need a Wix, and it's very cheap to do that. I would actually invest in that. The only problem that I have with Wix is I cannot vouch for how their SEO works with Google indexing. It may not be the best, but that's a different story. Anyway, we may have gotten a little too far off topic. Drone consulting. What's the name of your business again?
Drone Consulting Services.
Drone Consulting Services. Fantastic. All right. Well, I'm gonna shut the fuck up, and we're gonna watch some drones.
Dun, 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 dun. This is the compartments for the drone. We have the main compartment with the drone itself. We have the compartment for the remote. We have a compartment for the batteries. We have a compartment for spare propellers. And on the sides is where I usually hold the chargers. And it pretty much fits everything you need. It could fit up to 3 batteries with the drone itself.
And here is, where is it? Here is the drone. This is pretty cool, not for nothing. I've never really flown one of these before. This is very interesting looking. We are nearing more and more towards the Star Wars or Star Trek sort of universe.
Oh yeah.
As the days go by.
They have a version of it called the Enterprise Edition.
I mean, I think I've seen that at Best Buy actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the drone. Let's fuck around. Let the bad boy rip.
Okay, so I'll just give you a tour throughout all the parts of the drone. The front here is the camera case, and it just protects the lens from any sort of damage. So we'll take that, pop that right off. And in the front over here, you have forward collision sensors.
Okay.
And in the back, you also have collision and obstacle avoidance sensors.
What is that?
So pretty much whenever you get close to an obstacle, whether it's a tree or anything else, it's going to stop and not go forward anymore, and it's going to avoid the collision. You know, many people have said that it's gotten them out of jams in the past, and it really improves the chances that you're less likely to crash your drone, and it protects your investment at the end of the day. So it has both forward, rear, top, and bottom collision avoidance sensors, and they use radar and infrared technology to avoid crashing into any object.
Well, I can tell you this much, Rodion, you are very, very knowledgeable in this subject. Definitely qualified to teach a class. And I'm not just saying that to you because you're on my podcast and you're selling your classes.
Sounds good. Okay, so as I said earlier, this is the drone in folded form. To unfold it, you start with the top arms and you fold them out from the sides.
Pan out a little bit to catch the entire thing.
So we fold out those things from the sides, and then you fold out the bottom arms from the bottom, and they just go up on both the left and right side. So
people definitely get spied on with these things in real life.
Oh, for sure. I mean, technology is there, so...
Teenage boys don't get any ideas that are inappropriate.
Exactly. Going
through puberty over there.
And these are foldable props and propellers.
Yeah.
Just for storage, but once you open it up, you should unfold the propellers so that they don't get jammed up.
All right.
And right here is the battery.
Yeah.
Just to click to see the percentage, click on that, and I don't know if the camera could show it.
I'm gonna do a close up.
Press it again.
What is this for? To see the
percentage?
It's
the battery percentage. So there's 4 bars, and you know it's 25% battery per bar. So we have a full battery here, and the battery is very easy to remove.
Show us how.
It's just these 2 buttons on the side that you press down and hold down, and then you pull up. And
let's look at this battery.
And that's the battery right there. It's pretty hefty. I mean,
oh, that's the right there. I'm sorry. So that's the battery. That's a block.
It's a brick for sure.
So what they're gonna the next move for this tech is for smaller batteries.
Smaller or more endurance.
How long does it take you to charge the battery?
It takes about an hour to charge all the batteries. You could charge up to 4 batteries at a time.
Oh, so I'm guessing you have like a kit or whatever. You just line them up in like a casing or whatever.
Exactly.
All right, I'll take it. Maybe I'll get a shot of that a little bit later. Let's throw it up in the air.
So this is the remote, and it is a portable remote. As you can see, it unfolds so that you could hold your phone in it. And the steps to do it are you unfold each end, you take out the sticks for the remote, and you screw those in. You just screw those in clockwise on the control sticks. So it just keeps everything very portable. You got to make sure absolutely to open up the antennas. It has 2 antennas and OcuSync technology. So this drone has a range of at least 4 miles in good conditions.
Okay.
So you know you'll fly it and you won't be able to see it, which technically you're supposed to keep it within line of sight for the rules, but nobody's gonna enforce it as long as you're doing stuff not recklessly.
Gotcha. Rodian. We just flew this fucking thing. This is really cool. So, what Rodian was telling me before, guess who's gonna be knocking on your door from now on to deliver you Amazon packages? Not the mailman, this motherfucker right here. He's gonna be flying straight through that window. So keep your underwear on and shit, or else you have drones all up, but you don't want that. Anyway, yeah. What were you telling me? Amazon got approval?
So Amazon recently got approval from the FAA to start doing deliveries in a few cities in the United States. And it'd be nice if they used the drone this small, but no, they're gonna have pretty big drones that could carry like up to 5 pounds in terms of packages. And they're not gonna fly through your window, but they'll land in your backyard, or drop it off in your backyard, and then go on their way and fly back.
How are they gonna deal with theft? Because like, okay, for us city livers, you check your mail in your lobby, you don't check your mail in your backyard. So where would they, any ideas?
Well, the whole concept here is that you're ready to receive the package within 30 minutes. You place an order, you're gonna get it within 30 minutes, and it's gonna deliver it to your backyard. You pick it up, it's right there.
No matter where you live in the world?
Where they have coverage, not the world. I mean, it's obviously first gonna come to suburban places because people have backyards and there's less congestion. Less
New York City gets
buildings.
everything last. You believe this nonsense? We get everything last. This is unbelievable.
I think exactly right. New York City's gonna be
bullshit.
Be last on this one.
Anyway.
Yeah.
And no, it's no wonder why so many people were moving. So wait, are you telling me that because people will start doing this, mark my words, people are gonna start getting weed through drone deliveries? Amazon's gonna start selling weed eventually. If you didn't know, it's gonna happen. It's like inevitable. So,
I could totally see that happen.
So they're gonna send like people having fun over there. We should join them, right? So we're gonna have Amazon delivering us like weed and other good stuff right to our front door within 30 minutes.
There you go.
Guys, if you want a brick and mortar, you can go fuck yourself, is what Rodian just said to me. In the future, go fuck yourself. If you want a brick and mortar, no, that's not necessarily true. I think there's plenty of brick and mortars out there that have a use case that you would use them for something other than a product that they deliver. If you're a barber, if you have like an actual spot for something, I'm sure there's plenty more. But it would be interesting to see a drone deliver me Chinese food or a slice of pizza. I'm not gonna front.
I'm up for that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. We're also gonna be the laziest of humans ever to know the world. Thanks a lot, Steve. Not Steve Jobs.
Jeff Bezos.
Thanks a lot, Bezos. Appreciate it. You are the reason, Bezos, that the world is gonna be fat fucks, more fat fucks. Maybe I'll cut that part. I don't know. I'm gonna think about that. Who knows? Anyway, all right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you did tune in,
thank you, guys.
Rodian, where can they find you? Where can they find your service?
So you could just go and type into the search bar on Facebook, Drone Consulting Services, and you could find all about the lessons. And just to give a plug for Tuan, he provided this drone on loan for me.
Who the fuck is Tuan?
Tuan is a member of New York City 5 Boroughs drone meetups, and he's a very generous guy, and he lets people test out drones from time to time, and he provided this DJI Mavic 2 Zoom, so props to Tuan.
Tuan's gonna be pissed. You told him everybody's giving out drones. He's gonna be mad. I would be pissed if I was him. Like, what the fuck? No, but on a serious note, that's very generous of him. Tuan, if you want to start giving out anything else to try out, you can message me on over. But on a serious note, so definitely a good plug, you guys. You heard the man say, if you want to join a drone meetup,
New York City 5 Boroughs drone meetups on Facebook also.
Yep, there you go. And you heard him before. He put his name on blast. He put his Facebook name. Maybe even a website coming soon. Like, subscribe, hit the alert button so you know when you can hear me talk. If you can't wait to hear me shut the fuck up, too bad, because it's not going to happen anytime soon. Bye.